here with a new album, a new sound, and new hairdos.
We're coming back after 3 years of not making music together. A lot of life lived in between that. Let's make this feel like the first time all over again.
When it comes to the criticism, you kind of have to take it in stride. You know, I think you can either let it really get to you, and there's times where it really does.
First girl you ever kissed?
Her name is AJ.
How old were you?
I was a late bloomer. I was 16.
First kiss at 16?
I'm sorry, Larry.
That's all ahead on Larry King Now. Welcome to Larry King Now, our special guest, a return visit for me with the Jonas Brothers. The Grammy-nominated artists have sold 20 million albums worldwide. The eldest, by the way, of the group is only 25 years old. Nick, Joe, and Kevin Jonas join me today. Their latest single, First Time, is out now, and their fifth album, aptly titled 5, will be out this fall. August, a big month, not only the 7th anniversary of your debut album, but Joe, you were 24 years old?
Yep, 24 today.
2009, we did the interview at the Cowboys' new stadium.
Unbelievable.
You guys opened that stadium, right?
We did. We were just saying before, we almost didn't though because the rigging wasn't set up properly at the show.
Yeah.
So 2 days before the opening of our tour, it was one of our biggest at that time. You know, we're all excited. We show up and they're like, the show might not happen. And it was a bit of a scary moment.
Wasn't having that.
No, he made
Jerry
sure
Jones.
it did, yeah.
All right, what brought you guys split up? Tell me the story of this, Kevin. You split up and you're back. What is it?
We all needed some time to live a little bit of life and then, you know, enjoy that and kind of grow and go on our own journeys. And each one of us did some individual projects. Nick was able to do a lot more Broadway. He was able to do How to Succeed. Just finished a movie. Nick and Joe as well did solo projects. I was able to focus on a TV show with my wife and just be at home and be a husband for a little while, which was really nice. And then when we started writing and coming back together in New York, it just started to click. And it didn't click right away. It took a little bit of time. We spent about a year doing this album, and we didn't want to rush through it. We didn't want to make it just and churn it out. We wanted to make it special.
The breakup wasn't a bad split, right?
Yeah.
No, and it wasn't so much a breakup in our minds as it was just a sort of transitioning and a need to sort of take a step back after about 6 years of sort of being right in people's faces for so much time. And also for us, you know, we turned out, I think, 4 records in 4.5 years. So
When it
a lot
ended,
of material.
Joe, did you think it was over for good?
No, I didn't. I kind of figured we'd be getting back together eventually. I wasn't sure how long. I thought it would be a lot quicker than 3 years. But it was the perfect amount of time and kind of made the audience hungry again for some new music.
Are the fans still as fanatic, Kevin, or have they grown up and matured? Because I
They-
remember at Cowboy Stadium that they were a little crazy.
Yeah, they are still as intense. It's just they're a little older, and so I think the intentions have changed a little bit as well, which is funny. But it's an incredible thing to have the kind of fans we do. You know, they're passionate, they're enthusiastic, and they really, you know, follow us around the country. We've had some fans come to almost every single show on the entire tour we just finished, which is incredible.
Oh, insane.
What was it like to come back?
It was a great feeling. You know,
Where did you first work together? You got
We
back.
needed to take the time, so when we came back, it was that much better. But the first time was in the studio, and it was actually in my home studio in New York. You know, where we sort of sat down and said, "All right, we've taken some time. What are we feeling is next up for us musically?" And tried to start with the music and let the rest sort of carry itself out. But you know, it felt good to be back and to know that we'd be in front of the fans at some point again. And it took about a year before we started touring, but you know, we're really, really blessed the fans stay with us.
You tour tonight, right?
Yeah,
LA.
finished in LA tonight, and then hopefully turning it back around for the fall run.
That music changed?
Quite a bit of music changed. Nick produced this whole record, so that changes a lot for us when we dive into the record, when we were starting to write. And just the way it sounds is just really unique, I think, from anything we've done in the past.
What prompted the title First Time? Is that one of the tunes?
Yeah, it's one of the songs.
Is that symbolic? Does it have special meaning?
I think, you know, it's the song itself is a song we all worked on together, and you know, when we were writing it, and it really just had a moment of, I think it just had a moment of finding the next step in each moment. You know, focusing in on, you know, the first time in this and the first time in that, and, you know, enjoying the steps. And when we were writing it, it kind of started with Nick
idea was sort of like a modern day take on Fleetwood Mac, which was a big concept of the album. We're big Fleetwood Mac fans, and this one in particular stemmed from Everywhere, one of my favorite songs of theirs. And the idea was, we're coming back after 3 years of not making music together, and a lot of life lived in between that. Let's make this feel like the first time all over again.
Do you ever pinch yourself, Joe, over all the success you guys had?
Absolutely.
It was kind of wild, right?
Yeah.
You were kids.
We were kids going into that, and there's some experiences that I think you might be going into it, and you look back and you're like, wow, I definitely took that for granted in the moment when you're walking into the White House and you're performing in front of Paul McCartney or something bizarre that it seems just like a dream come true. So there's a lot of pitching going on, especially now going back into it and realizing how much work you got to do and the crazy busy schedules. And when even 4 years ago, we didn't eat coffee. Now it's like our cups are full every day, all day.
Do you ever get carried away with it, Kevin? Your egos get a little blown away?
I don't think so. I think it has a lot to do with where we came from, and we also are extremely appreciative of what we have, especially now. Being able to take a break and come back and still be able to make music and tour and have a fan base, that is, still receiving what you're putting out is incredible, and I think we're just really honored.
You going to do a winter tour too?
Yeah, I think it'll be fall into winter. We have a new member of the family coming pretty soon.
Yeah,
So we have to be
What
cautious.
does she
of that.
do?
Right after the New Year, like end of January.
So holidays and then the new year will probably be a little quieter just with that happening. But up until then, we're going to be going hard and trying to be in front of our fans.
Do you have a steady girlfriend?
I do, yes.
Are you going to marry her?
Wow.
Come on, Joe.
He asked what he asked me.
Well, Kevin, you're
we're taking
25,
our time.
you're 24, Nick's the baby. Will you get married?
Oh, wow.
She might not be watching.
Yeah, she might not be watching. She might be in the other room. You never know. I think we're taking our time. We're enjoying this time.
What about young Nick?
What about he's 4 times divorced, I think now. Five. It's hard to count these days. Hard to count.
Are you with anyone?
I
You're a little
have
young.
been single for about 2 years and dated some people, but no, I haven't been in a relationship in a while.
So you think you got time, huh?
Yeah, I think I got some time.
At 20.
20.
The Jonas Brothers leave Disney behind, making music on their own terms. We'll get the scoop on that right after the break. We're back with the Jonas Brothers, Nick, Joe, and Kevin. The latest single is First Time. It's out now. All right, guys, why did you leave Hollywood Records, which was owned by Disney?
Well, I think that the time just came. As we grew and as our sound was evolving and where we sort of saw ourselves in 5 to 10 years, the vision was different than what theirs was. And we had a good relationship with them and did a lot of great things, but it was no longer right.
Was the parting okay?
It was. I think it was a mutual decision, and luckily, we had a great run with them. And this time, doing it on our own, it feels kind of brand new. And just like we spoke about it earlier, our song "First Time" kind of represents that a little bit too. And doing this by ourselves, we also left with all our masters, which is really, really rare.
Wow!
So we, we're in a great position now, being our own label and sort of making the decisions. We can be really creative with how we release old music and new music.
Didn't you guys used to wear purity rings?
Yeah.
What happened to them?
I got married.
It's not something we really speak about too much. It's fairly personal, so we keep it to ourselves.
Being young and getting a hit, there are downsides to that, aren't there? Wasn't it hard to live in a real world?
When you say get a hit, what do you?
I mean, you were famous.
Yeah.
And young.
Yeah,
Sometimes that
there's
can work.
definitely can be downfalls in that. You see a lot of people, in different areas, like to go to a different direction and kind of focus on the wrong thing. But for us, I think it was all about the music and always has been. And it's just, we've enjoyed that part of it and really haven't focused on the
Never
thing.
went to your head, Joe?
I think there's moments definitely it goes to your head. You feel like you're unstoppable. But doing it with your family, you got brothers that will knock you out if you get it, your head gets too big or whatever. And that's why it's nice doing it with family.
Who does the writing, by the way?
We all do. We all have part in the writing, and I produce this last record, which was a great feeling for me to really take on that responsibility. But the writing is a collaborative effort.
What was it like, by the way, to play at the White House?
It's incredible. You know, it's a dream come
McCartney
true.
played with
yeah. Singing, you know, Hey Jude on stage with Paul McCartney and President Obama is kind of one of those moments you look back on, and you have the letter from Paul, you know, thanking you for the event, and then, you know, the picture of you guys doing it, and it's kind of surreal. You know, it's an incredible thing.
It is surreal. He played piano at my house.
Wow.
And sang along with my wife playing the piano.
That's amazing.
And
Yeah.
Nanny looked in and said, "This is surreal, right?" It's got to be unreal. Take me back to getting the catalog. How did you get that? Normally, they don't give things up easily.
No, and it wasn't easy. You know, we had a lot of conversations with them and Hollywood and Disney, and
Did you have to pay for them?
there was a deal. Yeah, there was a deal, but it was good on both ends. It's not like it was one-sided in any way on our end or theirs. You know, but we definitely, you know, we had a great relationship up with them until that point. So it was a friendly conversation.
What's the name of the new label?
Jonas Enterprises.
How original. Jonas Enterprises.
Straightforward.
Are you going to sign other acts?
Yeah, we're in the works of that, actually. There's a couple different artists that we really like and we find interest in right now. We're just trying to get this record out and focus on our project, and then once it's out, we're going to start writing and producing for other artists.
You have your own studio in New York?
I've got a home studio. It's nothing crazy, but it's enough to get interesting sounds out of and have fun with.
Your dad's still very involved?
Yeah, he's involved. I think, you know, he's taking a more of the father role these days, and being able to sit back and
Not managing as much?
I think for him, it's as we get older, there's things that probably, you know, for a father might feel uncomfortable for him to like dive into. So having a set of managers that kind of have a particular role for us is, I think, important in the stage of our career. And just having a dad's important. So.
Yeah. Coming up, we've got a couple of surprises up our sleeves for the Jonas Brothers. We will not want to miss this. We're back with the Jonas Brothers. They are Nick, Joe, and Kevin. They wind up their tour tonight. They'll have another tour coming in the fall. Their latest single is First Time, and their fifth album, Five, will be out this fall. We have a little surprise for you, gentlemen, if you would pay attention to the screen.
Okay.
Hey Larry, it's Amy and Nick from Carmen.
Hey guys,
Hey Jonas Brothers.
what's up, Jonas Brothers? It's been a long time.
Yeah, I know
So-
you missed us.
We have three things real quick that we wanted to kind of spill the beans on you guys, since maybe there's something that not everybody knows about you, right? So, real quick, three things.
Yes.
These are all true.
Yes.
Nick Jonas,
Yes.
actually a Red Sox fan. I know that, you call yourselves the Jersey Boys and all that stuff, but he's actually a diehard Red Sox fan. And,
Love the Red Sox.
It's great because so do we. So it's part of the community. So
Perfect.
It's nice to have Kevin.
Yes.
I'm sorry, man. I gotta throw you under the bus. That's actually all those curls, nice and tight there. That's actually a perm.
Yeah. His
Is-
hair is straight as a board.
Perfectly straight, and he's got to get that at least once a week to keep
Yeah.
those, nice.
Smells really bad. Everybody has to clear out.
And Joe apparently he's got a small bladder. Joe has to run off stage at least once every show to use the facilities. It's like clockwork.
Yeah.
So there
We
you
saw
go.
it happen. We saw it happen. So.
So every night, it's amazing. So that's three things you probably didn't know
About the Jonas Brothers.
That was Carmen, the group Carmen. They opened for the group on tour. Was what they said right? You're not a Red Sox.
No, he's a diehard Red Sox. So we've been going at it this whole summer.
Yeah.
About the Yankees and the Red Sox. And
Red Sox a little better this year.
yeah. Well,
Admit it to me. Joe, do you
right
have
now,
a weak
lot of
bladder?
I think I do have a weak bladder. Yeah. On stage every night, I definitely run on. But it's funny, they play a song with us on stage, and there's a song that Nick plays by himself on piano. So I've timed it out. It's about 2 minutes and 30 seconds. So I know how far I can run to the bathroom. It's a long show. It's about an hour and a half. You can drink a lot of tea before the show. So when you get on stage, you're gonna have to use the restroom. So I time it out perfectly.
Do you perm your hair?
Yeah, the perm it's a terrible thing for everyone. It smells terrible.
He's a team that travels with them.
Yeah, very
Good
high,
people.
very high
Now,
maintenance.
you partnered with my friend Ryan Seacrest. You've got your own reality show with
Yeah, I
Ryan?
did a show with